Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 13th to the 20th. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Leo. What a week. What a week. This is, and I'm actually starting with you this week. This is an enormous week for you, okay? Absolutely bonkers, and I love it. I love what's happening for you, okay? Especially, think about last week too. Y'all been going big changes, but now it's like vroom, vroom, liftoff, right? No planets as of when Mars moves into your sign, okay? But even just the fact that, Mercury's direct, Venus is direct, Mars is no longer retrograde, like all planets finally direct. This is a time of action, building bridges, networking. You're finally moving forward. This is like warp speed. Okay, shedding a lot of your, old self, right? For this, brave new world that you're moving into. Remember, everything that's been happening at the end of March really still spilling over, but this is high frequency. This is swag, as the kids no longer say. Maybe they never did. I'm not sure. I'm just riffing here, and I'm gonna have to Google that. But this is all about lights, camera, action. And I'll tell you why, especially for you. And I'm very excited for you. And you are definitely going through a lot of endings for new beginnings. You're going to feel that huge buildup now, okay? Huge buildup, especially after that, full moon that we had. I mean, it was big. It ended a huge cycle. So think of it as like you are letting, it's like, when you're, those people that you see like just walking and they have those weights on their arms and do you know what I mean? Like that. It's like getting rid of those weights, okay? Like those fast walks. Like you're going to gain a lot of momentum. And just to let you know, everything that's happening this week, remember, it is next week. It is next week where we have the Venus-Saturn conjunction, the North Node-Saturn conjunction, the Venus-North Node conjunction. So a lot of what you do this week is real, like just major changes that you're going through this month. All right, so let's unpack some things. All right, so Tuesday, let's kick it off, April 15th. Not on the whiteboard, actually, but it's in my notes. We'll talk about this in the second spread. Is it up here? No, it isn't. Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not. So Tuesday the 15th, and I'm still recording this actually while Mercury is still retrograde. We do have this wonderful, amazing water trine, this grand water trine. I love it because this one in particular, it does feel, there's a lot here happening for you, but it does feel like this big exhalation as you move forward emotionally, okay? Because they're all these we've got the moon in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer, Mercury in Pisces, all water signs, and it feels like this emotional release because they're all at 29 degrees, right? So about to move into their new territory. So anyway, and Juno is here, and there's something different here about it. But again, we'll talk about it later in the second spread. But Wednesday, the 16th, this is when, Mercury goes back into Aries. Okay, so you're going to have Mercury here up until May 10th. Okay, remember Mercury went into Aries March 3rd, so you've already experienced this, all right? Went retrograde March 14th, was flip-flopping between, Pisces, Aries. So thankfully at this point, no longer retrograde, right? And out of Pisces, because Mercury just does so much better in Aries. Mercury in Pisces is very like dreaming the dream. Mercury in Aries is like, now you're talking the talk, you're walking the walk, you're taking action, you have clarity, you're initiating things. You're not looking back. Remember, Aries it represents the I am. This is all about you, okay? And it's very energetic. Mercury and Aries, all right? It's like this, that, this. Like, I'm walking it to the home goods. I want that, this. Okay? So it's just really, especially with like the way that you're thinking, processing, conversations that you're having. Remember, that bold, confident, speaking with conviction, very independent mind, okay? Very independent thinking here. And just, again, no dilly-dally, just being very direct All right. Now, remember also, it can be so fiery. Mercury and Aries, just be mindful of that because it can be a little bit aggressive, a little competitive, like a little pushy. All right. And when I say communication, because Mercury rules communication, and this is, again, ideas, thoughts you have, the way that you're speaking, communicating, conversations, important conversations are going to start coming up now. All right. Even nonverbal communication. So keep that in mind as well. Like no stare downs, like because of some other things that are happening. Now, Aries does rule your ninth house. So this is really great. The ninth house is the house of like God. It's, it's all about spirituality. And so that's what makes you become wiser. This is all about like inner wisdom as well, becoming more of an authority and a teacher, even, like a role model. It's also your perspective on things, like how you see things. The ninth house also rules travel. So it's very likely you're going to be planning travel. You're going to be thinking about long distance trips, maybe spiritual journeys, wellness retreats. There's likely something here with like foreign cultures, foreign lands. And remember, publishing, book publishing, all of broadcasting, starting things, right? Starting that podcast that you want to start on, the deserts of, Antarctica, whatever it is, right? Yeah, maybe there are, that's what I'm saying is like, this is all about expanding your consciousness. Don't forget, Neptune is in Aries here, freshly new. But yeah, starting businesses. I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening here. Signing contracts. So you're going to love this. Okay. So remember, you got this all month. All right. And education, higher mind. Remember, that's a big part of this. All right. Just becoming a lot wiser. Now, Wednesday, the 16th, now we've got Mercury conjunct Neptune. This is happening very, very early, but it's a conjunction. This is really, really exciting for many reasons. The first is the fact that, like I said, this is the first time Neptune has been in Aries in 164 years. So nobody on this planet has experienced this, right? Mercury conjuncting Neptune. It's Neptune's very first planetary aspect. Okay, major aspect. That's happening. Okay, so this is just really, really exciting because Mercury conjunct Neptune, to be honest, it only happens once a year. That's how rare it is. But remember what I said, well, all the, triple retrogrades that we've been having, we had it a couple times last month, but it was in Pisces. So this is a very, very new feel. All right. Mercury conjuncting Neptune in Aries. Now, remember Neptune in Aries alone, that archetype is spiritual warrior, compassionate hero, visionary leader, visionary artist. So you see like spiritually pioneering. So you see how it's happening in your ninth house of spirituality. So whoa, you're going to feel this. And I want you to harness those energies of that Aries quality of confidence and leadership and entrepreneurship. It can be in your role in family and in career, wherever you apply it, it's just becoming that wise, like everyone's going to be looking to you, Leo. They already do. You're Leo, but this is amplifying that. You awakening to your authentic self, while spiritually awakening still with the North Node in Pisces activated all year, right? Neptune is dreams and creativity, imagination as well, the divine, and it's conjunct Mercury. And so this is poetry in motion. It's powerful storytelling. This is like creative writing, okay? And this is also like thoughts and ideas that you're planting. This is big. You're going to feel it like all week, all right? Communicating in really bold ways, compassionately with a whole new vision. Remember, this is brand new and you're in this, you're moving into this new place in your life. So this is really moving the needle forward for your big dream, okay? It's very conscious meets subconscious. It's very like next level intuition. Again, it is in your ninth house. So this is huge. Pay attention to your literal dreams. They're going to be giving you messages. It's Mercury, the messenger, right? And you're already feeling that shift, okay? And so this aspect, use it. It's very, selfless. It's very also like rooting and speaking for the underdog. Astrology, tarot, mysticism, all that is, kind of like wrapped into this aspect too. But you're definitely going to feel your intuitive side really amplified, okay? in everything that the things that you do, the things that you communicate, the things that you're, processing, thinking about, traveling, starting a business, PR, marketing, advertising, all of that, networking, all on the table. But it's almost like there's something inside you that has to be known with this strong Aries energy. So remember what I said in your monthly forecast is like you've got this is megaphone. This is megaphone. And I did a whole video on Neptune and Aries. I'll leave it at the end of this video, the description box. But remember what I said, okay? Gandhi, great example of this Neptune and Aries energy. He had it in his chart. Very spiritual, compassionate leader. But then there's the other extreme of it, like Julius Caesar, right? He also had Neptune and Aries. So it's where you put that energy, all right? And a strong Neptune aspect, like a conjunction at a critical degree, that 0-1 degree mark, like new beginnings, it can bring, like, remember, illusion, delusion, escapism, seeing things through this like make-believe lens or delusional ideas or delusional leader, things like that, right? Just keep that in mind, okay? You want to vibrate at that high expression because think of the impact that you're going to have. This is in your 9th house of everything that I just said. So please use this. Very visionary, very artistic as well, and very commanding. Okay. Jake Gyllenhaal, Olivia Rodrigo, RuPaul, Meg Ryan. Come on. They're creative. They're heard. They're seen, right? So they have this in their chart. So cardinal signs, that would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, as well as Gemini and Virgo. They're going to feel this the strongest. But again, everybody is going to feel this enormously. All right. I want you to use it. If you have any planets, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your husband, your kid, your dog, whoever it is, if you know your birth chart, you have any planets between 27 to 0 degrees in any mutable sign, all right? Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, or 0 to 3 degrees in any cardinal sign, all right? Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Oh, yes, you will feel it, all right? Now, what else can well, another great thing that makes this really a very amplified time for you, really fired up time for you, is that the moon will be in Sagittarius, sextiling Pluto at this time, okay? So keep that in mind. There may be something here that is going to come up with partnerships, relationships, legal matters, one-on-one connections, this high spirits. I love this, all right? Just bear that in mind. Now, Thursday, here's the big day. It is a banner moment. The 17th, Mars is moving into your sign, all right? So remember, no retrogrades at this point. This is a huge shift, huge vibe shift you're going to feel. Mars is incredibly happy, right? It's like Phoenix rising from the ashes, big time. Like you are going to feel charged up because remember, he went into Cancer back in September and then went into your sign for a tiny bit, but then went retrograde and then just went back into Cancer. So we have been feeling this sludgy energy for 6 months. It's been a long time. So that is Mars right now, very excited to be here. And he's going to be in your sign for 2 months. Please use this. You're going to feel charged up. All right. Again, no retrogrades. I mean, Mars and Leo, just in general, very heart centric, just fiery heart, brave heart, be your authentic self, passion, right? Action, goals, all of that. All right. So keep that in mind. This is really amazing. And just remember, Mars, Mercury, Venus, all, going direct, right? They're no longer retrograde, but, Mercury, Venus still in shadow, even Mars, even a little, when I say shadow, the easiest way to explain it is like they still have like a toe in that retrograde. So it's not like whatever, but it's almost like they're just getting off their their private jet. And so you got to give them time. The plane's still on the runway. You got to let them deplane, get their luggage. But again, it honestly doesn't matter, especially for you, because you got the Sun, Mercury, Neptune in Aries, right? That bringing that heat, that fire, that let's do this. And then remember, all these aspects are having with Jupiter and Pluto, air signs. You've got the moon in Sagittarius, adding more fire. Really great fiery energy, okay? especially with this Aries energy still that you're feeling in your ninth house. Mars is the ruler for Aries. And this is strong. This is strong. Okay. So just remember, this is you just really, really, really going for it. All right. So, it is very, Mars and Leo is also very, like give me the spotlight. Right. And Mercury and Aries can amplify how you're going to get it. Okay, so it can be like very my way or the highway, which is fine. You deserve it all. Okay, especially after the slow 6 months, y'all. It's been okay. So yes, be excited and be proud of yourself. Leo, is all this is your sign. It's like being proud, because you did still learn a lot about yourself in the past 6 months. Okay, especially patience. I mean, Mercury, like, it's helping in Aries. It's helping you communicate now, thinking quick, fast. For yourself, initiating things. This is Mars and Leo. That's passion. That's romance. It's intimacy. Huge charge here. Yeah, remember I've told you about this. It's a big thing. It's in your sign. You're going to be in your element. This is. And fiercely so. And that said, remember, Mars is also physicality. So please use this time. You're gonna like move your body. Remember, I talked about the Schumann's resonance. Nobody's been sleeping well. It's been a whole thing. So now you get to be active, move your body, do some gardening, painting, play hide and seek, whatever it is. Creativity is going to be off the charts here as well. This is a great time for singles, great for hobbies. It's just fun and exciting. Leo, remember, Leo is royal. It's the king, the queen. So bear that in mind too. All right. Remember those lower expressions, especially with all this fiery energy, can be like pride and ego and, like man spreading energy. Do you know what I mean? Like spotlight for one, like nobody else gets, you know what I mean? Like that's, so just keep that in mind. All right. The great thing is that you still do have all this Piscean energy that's happening right now. North Node is, your destiny, your purpose, all of that, right? Still activated. All right. So that's really great. You're transforming. That's your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth. Like you're still going through big change. Okay. Big change. A lot of money matters here too. And North Node of Pisces, remember, that's spirituality, that's empathy, that's healing, all of that. All right. So now Mars and Leo, it's all about you taking care of what you need to do for you to help others, support others, contribute to others, to make things come together, to make things, it's just very also possible something from November, mostly December, to be honest, when Mars went retrograde in your sign. So just, a few months ago, okay? Very possible there was something around that time that you did want to start, or something just, that you were starting, just things got slowed down in a big way. But now, boom, you're ready. Okay. You've had that time to reassess, reevaluate. You've had that time. All right. Remember, you got this here for until June 17th, Mars in your sign. Okay. So, and you are going through great change. I'm seeing what's happening for you. All right. Remember, the secret of change is to focus all your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Okay. Who said that? I'm going to give you, all right. Tell me in the comments who said that quote. But it is so appropriate for what's happening right now. As like I said, it's the year of the snake. It's shedding skin, year of 9, the end for the beginning. All right. Anyway, let's see. What else is going on here? There's just so much. And just to let you know, Mars and Leo itself, again, that charged up, like Daniel Radcliffe, it's a good example as someone who has Mars and Leo, and he is a Leo. Yeah. And he's interesting, the Harry Potter guy, because like pretty much half his chart is, like Leo. It's interesting. Henry Ford had Mars and Leo, Gillian Anderson. I mean, there's Sofia Vergara, Debbie Gibson, Anthony Kiedis, from Demi Moore. I mean, these are people who have that. So think about that. Like, embrace that Mars and Leo energy. All right. The spotlight, the stage, Billy Crystal. So not being afraid, like really going after the things that you want. Okay. Now, Sunday, April 20th, big, we have the sun moving into Taurus. That's going to be a huge shift for you that we're actually going to talk about more next week because that impacts the next 4 weeks for you. Okay. And so this is a huge focus on career, fame. This is your 10th house. Okay. So for the next 4 weeks from Sunday moving forward, we're going to talk about next week, but I do want to bring up a few aspects that are happening because you are going to feel it this week. Okay. First one is Sun square Mars. All right. I talked about this in your monthly forecast. Oh, you're going to feel this. Mars is in your sign. All right. This is a strong square. Okay, between the sun and Mars. Think of it like a square off, all right? And the sun being in Taurus at this point, Mars in your sign, you're two fixed signs. So it's not really, no one's really budging here, right? And so, listen, it's all about compromise, being diplomatic. And it can be a little bit exhausting with the sun square Mars, especially with Mars in your sign, okay? If you are exerting all your energy into this, it's like battle of ego is sun square Mars, like that, like it's very bear pokey, right? I mean, do you want that? No, you don't. You just went through 6 months of just, you don't. So you want to exert your energy into other things. You want to work on your chi, your prana, your, connecting with the ether, all of that. All right. So it can be a little too much energy, very, come at me, bro. Energy. And remember, this is for the collective. Everyone's going to be feeling this, like impatience, impulsive energy, button pushing. I mean, pick a Nicolas Cage character in a movie. All right. So just remember, be responsive, not reactive, especially with Mars in your sign. Okay. Be kind, rewind, right? And move forward. But just don't let anyone take your power. That's the main thing here. Don't let anyone bring you into their low frequency. Okay? Always be the better person in a situation. All right? Now, here's the other thing. This does give you a huge boost in physical energy. All right? I mean, it's the sun and then it's Mars. So remember, if, like I said last week, if you have any, when energy builds up inside you, if you don't release that, it's a little bit more challenging because that's when you can be like, rawr, right? I mean, you are the lion. Rawr. So do what you need to do physically. Go kickboxing, go swimming, do some, weed whacking, whatever you need to do. Just channel this energy constructively into creative projects. You do you. Remember, there's a lot of a lot of sexual energy that's really amped up this time as well. If you're here for that, I do get a lot of comments about that too, asking about. So yeah, this is a time, FYI. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is and here's the thing. You only go through this once. This only happens once a year on average. Yeah. So and think about. So, okay, Sun square Mars, Tina Turner, Lucille Ball, Joan Rivers, Jennifer Aniston, Nikola Tesla, big one there, okay? They were born with Sun square Mars. They've had to work with it their entire life. And look how successful they are when they use this. I always say use these aspects. Don't let them use you, okay? So just using this energy in this great way. And again, it's shining this light and it's again, what you do that helps the collective, supports the collective, right? Now, on the same day, something really magical that's happening that we have not seen in a really long time. In fact, over 160 years, Mars in your sign is now going to trine Neptune. So, okay, we'll go there. This, as you know, if you're a subscriber, and Mars trine Neptune is one of my favorite aspects of all time. All right. This is when you have the two planets that have absolutely nothing in common with each other getting together and making magic happen. All right. And this is happening. It's happening at a very strong, that critical degree. So again, here it's just Mars, physicality, sexuality, just this dynamic energy with the spiritual, with the compassionate, with that sensual, artsy side of Neptune. Again, painting, art, couples yoga, what dance, go jump in a lake, synchronized swimming, whatever. Neptune is, water. So water stuff is going to be really great. But remember, all of this is good for the soul. This aspect is, connecting with spirit, with nature. It's a force of good. It's very magnetic energy. It is very like soulmate energy. Okay. If you're in a relationship, you're going to feel that surge. If you're single, it's like one of those, you go on that date, on this day, this is when you sneak off in the bathroom, text your friends like, okay, I found the one. Yeah, this is great. Okay. Now, the other thing is Mars is the god of war in your sign. Neptune is in Aries, which is all about that leader energy. So you are going to feel this huge, amazing, strong flow of just this strong energy, leadership energy in spirituality, self-belief, self-confidence, creativity, imagination. I remember, this is all the divine. So much faith in yourself, okay? It does remind me a little bit of like Chris Hemsworth and as Thor, right? In the Marvel movies, an actual warrior god, transcendent leadership, right? Saving humanity. But then, again, there are lower expressions, and sometimes his ego got him, into like bad decisions. You're like, no, don't do that. But anyway, always let your intuition guide you. Remember, you got so much like spiritual energy, with the fact that all of this is happening in your 9th house of spirituality, of wisdom, and, Pisces on the North Node, spiritual awakening, intuition, healing, compassion, all of that. All right. So whatever you do now, please use this aspect, whatever you do for your purpose, your path to enlightenment, your karmic journey. Just remember, with this aspect, there is an element of like, how can I contribute to humanity, the collective, through my art or my business or, the book that I wrote or my inventions, my energy, This is all about seizing the day. It's very fighting spirit. Again, look at the Neptune and Aries video I did, but also fighting for a cause or fighting for something you believe in. It's wonderful. It's very Ethan Hawke standing on his desk at the end of Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, my captain, like literally seize the day. All right. So this is an amazing aspect. You earned it. Okay. Use it, because again, next week, energies get stronger and stronger, and you want to, don't let anyone get your tiara. All right. So anyway, let's see what else is happening. There's another there's another thing that's happening this day that includes Mars in your sign, Juno in Scorpio, Neptune in Aries. It's this wonderful flow, and they're all communicating harmoniously, which is so amazing. Again, we'll talk about that in second spread, but fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, cardinal signs, Aries, Capricorn, Leo, Cancer. They're going to feel this aspect the most. You're going to feel this aspect the most. But again, it's so strong, everyone's going to feel it. Now, Mercury sextile Pluto. Again, we had this March 25th, just not too long ago. So, but Mercury was retrograde at that time. All right. So just remember, this has power. This is power in communication. There's this confidence. There's just this bite to it. All right. There's a lot that's going to come up here with, intimate relationships, love or business, finances, again, contracts, legal matters, one-on-one connections, all of that for you, because, Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is your opposite sign. And so you're still going through that. Remember, Mercury is the mind. Pluto goes really, really deep, very psychological. So thinking, processing, analyzing, being very observant. Pluto can, it's like secrets coming to the surface. Truths coming to the surface as well. Like your Mercury mind is really going deep at this time. So anyway, that can be in your physical world or within you, but it could also be something in you that you're just like ready to tell someone, because again, this is your personal revolution. It's your freedom. Okay. So Venus will, and then on the 20th, Venus sextile Uranus. And again, I'm telling you these aspects now because you will feel them I would even say starting Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. But really big. And we just had Venus, sextile Uranus, this on the 7th this month. Okay, so just remember that Venus was retrograde, so this is a whole other thing. All right, what did you want around that time? Just literally on the set, like around the 7th. All right, or who came back from your past, or what were some ideas that you had that came back from the past, or what were some things that you had. Yeah, but whatever it is, this is just very stimulating. This is very forward thinking. You are not going to be bored this day. Venus sextile Uranus, when Venus is direct, you're definitely not going to be, definitely not. All right, because there's this restlessness inside you regarding like love and money, creative projects. Like gotta do this, but this is you having a personal breakthrough. Again, there can be something surprising or unexpected or freeing you with Uranus, who is the great awakener. It's very free spirited, very risk taking. Like you want to, So, again, a lot of this is more about what you do, how you feel, and the breakthrough that you want to have. And it's just rare that we only get this twice a year on average. It's just, again, with the retrogrades, very different. All right. So all the fixed signs, yep, that would be you, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, definitely going to feel this the most. Okay. But these two, but again, everyone's going to feel all of this, but just going to give you a little heads up here, Leo. The moon will be conjuncting Pluto that day in Aquarius in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, one-on-one commitments. And again, that can be like just one-on-one relationships, your sister, your, agent, your publicist, your whoever, right? Whoever here. All right. Contracts, legal matters. Anyway, so let's see what's going on for you, which we'll talk about in the second spread, but let's see what's going on for you, Leo. All right. For 13th to the 20th of April. Let me just see. Oh, okay. Great. I'm doing really good on tapping here. All right, Leo, y'all are amazing. How are y'all doing? Are you excited? Do you feel the shift? I want you to start feeling the energy shift. I want you to... This is going to be amazing for y'all. I'm just looking, again, you're going through some immense change with that North Node in your 8th house. I mean, and that's, again, there's a lot of like wealth building in the 8th house as well. So money matters could be like a really big thing for you. But yeah. All right. Anyway, I do a traditional cultic spread. Offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. And we'll pull clarifiers if we need to. All right, Leo, let's get started. You are good. You're what you. I can't. Do you see that? You do, right? Like, I'm gonna show you something. That's how I feel right now. I want to like ring that cowbell for you. Anyway, and that's okay. So you're good. You're like, okay, so. Three of Pentacles. You take that 3 of Pentacles away, you got all court cards. Like when I say royal, when I say this is you in your element, when I say that, king, queen, that's Mars and okay. So three of Pentacles. All right, great. You already started something. You're in the process of starting something, or you're starting to communicate with people. This is all about interacting with other people, networking, building bridges, or just starting a project, creative project, starting a new job, starting something up where there's gonna be structure to it, stability. You do see the pentacles are actually in the structure of the building here. And that stonemason, he can't build this cathedral without those architects, vice versa. So again, teamwork is a big thing here. Working with others. I love this. And it can be in a financial sense, work related. Maybe you're moving on to a new team. Maybe you're starting something, business. There's something here. And it can be, if you're not here for, career work, it can be something with your family or with your, neighbors, or do you know what I mean? Like your local community. There just can be something here that's really wonderful and very forward. Like there is that forward movement, but that bonding with others. You got the Page of Cups and the heart of your spread. I mean, You're good. You're good. I mean, there's your inspiration. There's your imagination. There's your creativity all sparked up. I mean, you rule the house of creativity. You know that, right, Leo? So there's your spotlight. I love this. This is you truly following your bliss. This is you saying, going for it. I feel moved. I feel emotionally moved. Something new is you're doing something new for sure. In this really big way. All right. So continue to move in that direction, or there's something that you found. It's like, okay, this is it. This is what I was meant to do. Like there's something really profound here with all these swords. You do have that page of swords here though, too. Here's the thing. It's in your challenge area. So there's two things here. One, it really is, being open-minded. Like don't tell yourself like, I can't do this, or, oh, that's not going to be open-minded. Try things out, especially with a week like this. Try things out. Like, don't limit yourself. Okay. Secondly, what I already said, there may be someone that you gotta, and it's, pages are young energy. And, when I say that there can be like a little not seeing eye to eye, yeah, it can be something like, an intern or an employee of yours that's really young, or, there just maybe or even a child, like one of your children, again, that's in your realm. You rule children. Like especially if you're Leo moon, you're fiercely, protective of your children. Like they have the spotlight, not you. You know what I mean? Like, so they're just it's just seeing eye to eye, because they may say something that, swords can be a little bit sharp, and he's young, doesn't know how to handle that sword that well when he's, here in the challenge area. Just keep that in mind, that it's all about compromise and you being the best version of yourself. You have the King of Cups. Yeah, there's that emotional stability, that whatever is inspiring you here, remember, it's that heart-based energy. These are cups. Love, emotions is all heart-based, right? Feelings, intuition even as well. But like with that King of Cups, it's almost like this is really going to have an impact on you. And it's going to be like, okay, this is going to bring me that emotional stability. This is going to put me in that place where it is all heart. It's a King of Cups now. Page of Cups, the King of Cups in your crown. So big leader energy. This is someone who is, very, not only emotionally stable, but very empathetic. He's very psychic, very intuitive. He, leads with his heart. So again, that heart energy really amplified, because you got the Knight of Wands as well. Like, hello. Very, very love it. Yeah, like I said, the moon will be in Sagittarius. They're going to feel that, because Sagittarius actually rules your fifth house. And so remember, you are the native ruler of the fifth house, which is love, it's romance, it's joy, it's pleasure, it's creativity, it's, children, it's self-expression, it's procreation, it's recreation. We love the fifth house, the house of joy. And so you're going to feel that energy. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius, also double fire. You're on a mission. You're ready to rock and roll. A lot of y'all are traveling, okay? Remember, you, with the Aries Libra axis, like activated, all this Aries energy, your ninth house, coming after that Libra full moon in your third house, a lot of y'all are traveling, all right? So travel is a force of good, but anyway, it's all in the name of like, self-discovery, yeah? But Knight of Wands, yeah, passions, actions, like look at the fire coming out of his helmet. Like you're good. Remember, it's a fiery week, and you're just on this adventure. You're like nothing stopping you. And then Queen of Pentacles in your future. There you go. Beautiful. Amazing. Very like, I just can't. I mean, this is really, really nice. This is really great. The one thing that I was going to say with the Queen of Pentacles in your future, like remember what I said all about that wealth building? Well, that is the Queen of Pentacles. Like she is the richest queen, and she's sitting in that throne because she worked with others. She had this self-trust, this confidence, but she has a big backstory, but there was a sense of something growing for you. Okay. That wealth building that I said with that eighth house energy. And that's, inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, royalties, joint bank accounts, loans. That's all eighth house stuff. Okay. But she has the resources to build that she can live in, that she envisions for herself, because she's a richest queen. So, and it's in the name of, she has this maternal side. So other people, the people that you want in a world, making sure everyone's happy and they're supported. And again, that sense of like something almost like a rebirth as well, like a renewal as well that's coming. It's in your future. Like you're great. Let's get to your stuff. Leo. Oh my diddly days. Y'all, Leos, this is it. This is it. I'm very excited for you. Very, 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 very. And you do have, with the fact that you still have the sun in Aries, everything that you're doing, there can be other people involved in a really big way. Okay. Remember, I think I talked about this briefly. The sun, when you read for your sun sign, sometimes it's, it's not always about you. It's the people in your life, like rising sign. That would be more, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's in your ninth house. So there is something here that where you want to be this big, like the rock for other people, a relationship, career, family. It does not matter. There's something really special here. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Did I say that already? Y'all are amazing. Leo, I'm excited for you. Let's get to your stuff. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. What? Okay. You're absolutely okay. You're good. I did just help myself. That was weird. You got the 10 of Wands. Yeah. You're coming out of 10 is the end. You're coming out of that heavy stuff, you're coming out of it. You want to come out of it. Remember, continue to move forward. You got this page on the heart of your spread. 3 is an, vibration of the Empress too. So, birth of new things, creation, all this new stuff happening. You're on the move. You're on the go. 10, remember, this is the end. So there is going to be this, make room for the new, okay? Make room for the new. Do not be hard on yourself. Do not take on too much, okay, as well. A lot of you're going to feel a lot of things move, all right? So you don't want to like be in a place where you're taking on too much, where you can't put a lot of emphasis on that one big thing that is like, do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that you can't have everything. It's just, that's a lot of wands. But again, come out of that as you move into this new cycle. You got the 7 of Cups. Very interesting here because the moon will be in Scorpio, and we're going to talk about it in the second spread. This is a Scorpio card, and that does rule your 4th house. So there could be something here with home, family matters as well, real estate. It's the 4th house is like the foundations of your life. So there's just something here where someone in your life may not know exactly what's going. Like, what do I want? So many big changes. What do I want? I'm not sure. But also, it could be you that is still at a place where, because we're at this juncture. It's like that transition, right? It's just, again, old world, new world. And so there still can be a little bit of like, okay, which direction do I truly want to go? Well, you're going to know next week when we have these North Node conjunctions in a powerful way. But again, trust your intuition. That's all you have to do, okay? Put your energy into what is going to bring you pleasure, bring you joy. And you know that it's authentically you. That's the thing that matters the most. As long as you're being your authentic self, you're going to be fine. Okay. So there's still maybe a little, there's a little smoke and mirror here, but it's all about knowing what you want and where you're exerting your energy. Okay. And making that unfold. Now you got the moon, but where the moon falls in your spread, it's just like, okay, I went through that experience with the full moon, with, the South Node on, the moon in Virgo, all that lunations that were a little last week. In fact, actually thinking about it, you did get the moon in the root of your spread last week. Yeah, I remember. So, that now you're saying, nope, no more. I don't want to be in my head. I don't want to be in a place where, I'm afraid to do things, where I want to use the moon as this guiding light at, this introspective energy. But, at the same time, it can be the fact that the moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces, where you have the North Node with, all those conjunctions that you're still feeling from March in your 8th house. And again, the 8th house is death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration. You're going through major change. And so this is more about like, okay, I'm going to flip the script and I'm going to use anything that that self-sabotage energy or any of that, right? With just with the fact that you had Mars in Cancer for so long in your 12th house, and that is a lower expression of it. Now you're just like, nope, I recognize it. I'm in my happy place. Everything's happening for me because now I got the Fool in my final outcome. You are ready. You are ready. Do it. Do it. The Fool. This is your new journey. This is your new journey. The Fool, card 0. I mean, you're starting a brand new journey here in your final outcome. 0. What is 0? It's nothing, but what's nothing? It's everything. It's everything. This is you. First of all, you see the sun, full abundance of the sun here, right? The sun outside of the actual sun card only appears in a few cards. So a lot of optimism here, a lot of opportunity. There's this innocence with the Fool. Taking that risk. That is the big thing, what I told you earlier. And it shows up in your final outcome because he's standing on the edge right here, right? On the cliff, not even looking down. That's how much faith he has in himself, in the universe, and how everything's going to work out for him. And it builds that confidence. And what is confidence? It's taking risks. And you've got the perfect opportunity. And it's all about going with what your heart wants. There's new stuff happening. When you get the Page of Cups and the Heart of your Spread, the Fool, and your final outcome, you know that there's this big shift happening in your life anyway. And so really harness that energy. There is something brand new. And it's, again, a lot of surrendering things. Like I said, surrendering, shedding old, like things that you don't want to bring. Same thing with the Fool. This is the Fool, right? And so look at his satchel. So he's only bringing the essentials. He's not like that, right? Like this is whoosh, free spirit. This is like, let's do it. I'm not bringing any baggage with me, right? That's the very new life, new adventure, new journey, new path. Even this revival energy is coming through. But anyway, Leo, y'all are amazing. This is amazing. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. And second spread, yes, we'll talk about the key lunations. We'll obviously pull more cards, but there is something that did happen over the full moon that there was this. It's spilling over this week. We'll talk about that. And so tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Next week, yes, we'll talk about Taurus season. And again, the big, like we're having those big North Node conjunctions, like Saturn there saying, is this what you want? Venus is there too. And then those, we do have Mars opposite Pluto. You're going to start feeling that. Remember, Mars is in your sign. So that is the very challenging aspect of, it's the last one, thankfully, of 2025. Anyway, Leo, y'all are amazing. Look at this. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.